Hello, my name is John Gorman, and the guy holding the camera is Josh Brookhauser, and our project is how to build and how to construct a campfire. Before we do that though, I'm going to be talking about some hazards. Some hazards include if you are chopping up some firewood, to watch out for some splinters on the edges of the firewood. Also to watch for embers at the campfire. Just be careful how you construct the firewood around the campfire, and as well as the environment here. Just be careful of the weather for thunderstorms and stuff like that. And as far as clothing, I mean, if it's nice in here, you can wear shorts and a t-shirt, but be warned that that campfire, it may spit out some embers or some wood, so just be careful of that. And that's pretty much the end of that there.
And if you plan on chopping your own wood and you have your own axe like we do, luckily, this is how you would chop it up if you're actually in the real wilderness and not your backyard. Eric, Ryan, you better be listening. John, like you got a pair. It's his favorite part. Oh, fail! Take two. Much better hack. So yeah, that's just an easy way to break apart wood. Otherwise, you'd have to use the blade end itself. But since this is just a pallet, we could break it apart with the blunt end of it. He really does enjoy breaking these apart almost way too much, I think. I think John has a problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does. He knows it. First step is admitting it, John. Alright, now I'm going to talk about the construction itself and the materials you need, if John will be taking the camera. Okay, there's two very important parts of the initial fire itself, even before the fire is lit. That is the environment, or the location of your fire, and the materials that you use. Well, first I'll talk about the materials you need. Obviously you've seen the axe already, but to start a fire you need good dry paper, a lot of it, like a whole newspaper is a good idea, like this one here. And once that is lit, putting small pieces of kindling, just dry, easy to burn pieces of wood on top of it to create a strong base so you have a good amount of embers to produce a lot of heat. Obviously you need something to create fire, that's pretty critical. But yeah, also you might need a seat, and that's what the tailgate's for. You got a pickup truck, more the better. But the most important part, I think, is actually the location. And especially in a place like Edinburgh where there's zoning and they don't really allow you to have fires just anywhere you want. We chose to come down here to Peninsula Park, aka the Finger Lakes. And this is actual wilderness. I don't see any houses or half-naked guys in the backyard with fires. I mean, I'm not going to go there. But you got different kinds of activities. This is a place that is made for camping, trails, pavilions, cooking, grilling, all fishing, everything you could possibly need. This location is the best around, as far as I know. But moving on to the fire itself, we started early just because we have time constraints on the project, obviously. And since it has kind of fallen apart, but we started with the base of the paper and the kindling, followed by logs. I mean, they're not really logs, but pieces of wood roughly this size. Put them in a teepee type formation. That way everything burns evenly and it burns hot. Especially with the paper and the kindling, it creates hot embers, which gives off the heat. The flames itself are actually cooler than the embers. Put it up in teepee shape. You can if you have damp wood, you can use a little bit of gas. I wouldn't suggest it. That's another risk that we are touching on. You don't want the fire to get out of control. You can actually control the size of your own fire without the accelerant by the amount of wood that you put on it. For this project, obviously, we're not going to be here all night, so we just use a small amount. It took us about 5 minutes or so. Yeah, but in closing, I guess it's summertime. Everyone's going to want to have a camping or some sort of celebration, graduation, who knows. And someone's going to want to have a fire, going to cook some s'mores, make some moon pies, have a couple beers, hang out with your friends, and this is a good way to do it. But another important part, and lastly, is putting out the fire, actually. No, it's not beer. I wouldn't waste Yingling like this. I swear, it's just pond water. But you want to make sure that you spread it around evenly on the embers themselves, because they actually, they continue to produce heat and can still flake off onto the grass, create another small fire. You know, you don't want anything to get out of control. So you want to make sure that you dump an equal amount of water on the embers and the logs themselves and make sure that they're out. It's probably going to take more than these 2 bottles, but you get the gist of it. So yeah, in closing, everyone should have a good summer, and I hope that this presentation helped. And that's how you build and put out a fire safely.